you will. William Shakespeare. The story in brief. Sebastian, a young man of Messalines, was exactly alike his twin sister Viola. Once, when they were sailing down the coast of Illyria, a violent storm arose and their ship was wrecked. Sebastian somehow saved himself, and Viola was saved by the captain of the ship. Thus the twins got separated. Viola reached Illyria with the captain. There she was appointed in disguise as a page of Duke Orsino with the help of the ship's captain. She was known by the feigned name of Cesario. The Duke immediately liked Cesario and told him his failed love for Olivia, a beautiful rich lady of the dukedom. Orsino loved her very much, but she did not love him and decided not to meet anybody after the death of her dear brother. Yet the Duke continued to send his men to Olivia to persuade her, but all his efforts were in vain. Then she sent Cesario to Olivia, but instead of being convinced of the Duke's love for her, Olivia instantly fell in love with Cesario, actually Viola, who loved the Duke and wanted to marry him. On the other hand, Viola began to love the Duke and concealed her passion as a dutiful page. The Duke did not know that Viola loved him. Viola, however, tried to give him hints that she really loved him. In response to the Duke's queries, Viola said that the person she loved was of the same complexion and age as the Duke, but the Duke could not understand her hints. Thus, like Duke and Olivia, Viola too was lovesick. When Cesario knew of Olivia's love for him, he fled from her house and he was challenged by another suitor of Olivia at a duel. He was saved from the situation by a stranger who called him by Sebastian and also claimed to have saved him from the sea and then demanded his parts back. Then he was arrested by the officers for an offense. The stranger was Antonio, the captain of the ship, who saved Sebastian and was a good friend of him. He came to Illyria with Sebastian and wanted to visit the place. He was too attacked by the person who challenged Cesario, mistaking him for the former for their likeness. Sebastian was mistaken for Cesario by Olivia also, and she took him to her house and married him. In the meantime, Orsino, along with Viola, came to visit Olivia. The Duke's officers brought Antonio there. Seeing Viola, whom Antonio imagined to be Sebastian, he told the Duke how he had rescued Sebastian from the perils of the sea and complained that he was ungrateful. As Olivia came, the Duke paid attention to her. Olivia claimed that Cesario was her husband and proved it by calling the priest. The Duke became furious. When the Duke warned Cesario not to come in his sight again, Sebastian appeared, addressed Olivia as his wife, and stood face to face with Cesario. Then all the hopes of the Duke Orsino was shattered. But when it was known that Cesario was actually a fair young lady, he started liking her and decided to marry her. Thus both the twin brother and sister were married on the same day.